sent to you on your computer? By who?
I got an email this morning from Wells Fargo. Guess what? I haven't banked with Wells Fargo. I haven't done no banking with them. Dude, I got kicked out of Wells Fargo and told never to go back to the Wells Fargo. Almost.
Right, and how long ago was that?
Over 3 years ago.
Wow.
I was told to never come back to Wells Fargo. I closed my fucking bank account down. I took all my money out that motherfucker. Here we are in 2023 to send me an email. We've updated your contact information, mailing address, my fucking house address. And I'm like, what the fuck are they updating? I can't update it. Why are they updating it? That's my profile. Why the fuck are you in my profile? Why are you fucking with my shit? Then, the post office sent it to me. So I go on the AI, can the post office share my information? No. It says it on the website. They don't sell, share, or disclose no information. So now, I made a change of address in Florida when I came up here to get my post, and now these guys are sharing it with the fucking banks.
Wow.
And heaven knows who else.
And meanwhile, you don't even have an account with them, so they're
Oh, that's the funny part. I don't have an account, but they're telling me to verify. What's your name, Norman Fletcher? What's your phone number? What's your last socials? Boom, they have an account now. But you just told me you don't have an account for me. But you just popped up, and I'm telling her right in the. But now you're looking at an account, right? You told me I didn't have an account. Now I have one. All of a sudden, I gave you my information. You popped up with my account. Why are you changing my address? If I don't want to change my address, that's my prerogative. That's not up to you to change my personal address. There's probably a fucking reason why I'm doing that. I'm probably scared of my life. Why the fuck are you fucking? I don't got shit to do with you.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So you spoke to a human, or you did one of those chats?
Man, I got that motherfucker recorder. That's the first time I ever told somebody, I got you recorded, and he did not hang up the phone.
Okay.
He didn't hang up the phone. And I'm saying, yes, I got you recorded. I record all my fucking conversation, every last one of them. This one is recorded. Every fucking thing I do, I record it. Because I don't remember. I got a problem with amnesia. I smoke too much fucking weed. I could give you all the excuses of why I got to record my conversation. You come tell me you didn't say that, I'll rewind that motherfucker. Remember the time I told you when I said the boo-boo and I had to go rewind that motherfucker to listen to? Yeah, she did say that. I was the one that was wrong. Sometimes it takes that.
I was like, please do go
and
back.
Sometimes it takes that, yes, because sometimes we talk too fast or we talk too much, or you know how that shit works.
Of course.
But these people are tripping, and he telling me they have the right to do that. No, you don't have the right. And then the AI tells me I could solicit a form, and then he's not trying to fill out the form.
So he wants you to fill out a form to do what?
No, the AI. I ask the questions. That's my lawyer, dude. When I don't know something, I go to the AI. Yeah, if it's not in the present, this is a law that was built behind 21. If it's behind 21, yeah, you go to the AI, it's going to spit you out the facts. Fuck Google.
Right.
Yeah, I don't play with Google no more. I hardly go, like looking up an address, I go to Google. But when I have heavy questions, when I have very heavy questions, I could write out, because Google, you only could put like keywords. The AI, you can ask it.
When you want like data and shit.
The AI, you could write out 2 and 3 sentences. You could put a whole paragraph as a question.
Wow.
And after it spits out the answer, you can go and add another question pertaining to that same question, and it will still answer you correctly.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, like if I say, who is Michelle Caraballo? And they'll say, okay, Michelle Caraballo is an actor from the 90s, blah, blah, blah. Is she alive today? And then I could go, is she alive today? Yes, she's still alive. She probably lives in this state and this state. Is she still making music? Yes, she's still making music. What was her last movie show? And it would tell me the last movie. It would you just go in like a chat. It's like a chat. That's why they call it Chat GPT. Because it's like a fucking chat. You're having a conversation with the robot. And it remembers the previous stuff that you asked it. So it's holding the information and making decisions on all of it. That's why I love the AI. I fell in love with that shit when I met it. Yeah, I haven't tried to make no money off of it, but I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
I blog my posts with it every day. Is what I used to blog.
I think you'll be learning it for a long time. There's so much more to go.
And I've been tweeting. All my tweets is the AI. Because I don't tweet. So then when I tweet, it passes it to Facebook too. I don't do none of that stuff. And when I post a product on my website, it pushes it to the internet. I don't go to the internet. That's why a lot of people get confused. They think I'm on Facebook. I don't be on Facebook, dude.
Right.
I open up the messenger sometimes, but I don't even have Facebook in my phone.
Wow.
No, I don't use Facebook. I use the Messenger Lite. It's only the messaging part. It's not the other part.
Right.
But I don't go to social
Wow.
medias. I used to be on social media a long time ago. I don't do that shit no more. I've learned how to let the website do it.
Right.
So I only have to go to the website. I don't have to go to their website, which is what I hate. Yeah, you know, I show people my website sometimes, and they're like, I couldn't figure it out. But bitch, you could go to Facebook with no instructions and figure that out, huh? Yeah, everybody who's on Facebook got onto Facebook and never had no instructions. There's no instructions on how to use Facebook. You figure it out. You go in there and you figure out everything. You start clicking on shit. There's people right now that don't even know there's the settings in the back of Facebook, but they're in it. There's so much settings in Facebook, it's pathetic, and you gotta stop Facebook from watching you, because Facebook is another one. Facebook will watch you. So that was my morning. A cup of coffee, a nice blunt, and a few cigarettes. Arguing
and a fight.
Arguing with that motherfucker on the phone. He really tried to tell me.
How did things end off in the phone call?
You don't want. I hung up the phone on him when you called.
And you're like, what?
Yeah. I done had enough. I done told that motherfucker to remove my information like 50 times. I don't need to say it no more time. I will go back to Wells Fargo in 30 days, and if not, I'm gonna try to talk to somebody. This is really. I'm gonna post that on their fucking page. That I will go to Facebook today. I will find Wells Fargo everywhere online, and I will post my recordings on it.
There you go.
I know how to attract attention. I haven't done that in a long time, but I've done that before. I could get Elon Musk to talk to me if I want to.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go in his shit. Either he gonna block me and he block me, I'll go in another account and do it all over again until I figure out what's his. You know, I will find out if he's a pedophile or not. I will put up a girl's picture. I will do all kind of shit until he answers me.
Right. Wow.
No, I've had many people like that. I go trolling their ass. It's heavy. Yeah, and
you can't get away from me, damn you.
I already know who you is. Who you gonna block? The whole entire world? Well, go ahead, bitch. No, I'll get in there, and then all you gotta do is be a friend of a friend anyway. But that was a long time ago. But people used to get mad. These days, people just block your ass.
Right.
Or stop you from posting somehow. I find that disturbing.
That's crazy, man.
So right now,
You're from a bank you haven't had an account with for 3 years.
But this is what I'm saying. You just moved to Puerto Rico, right? If anybody that you don't want them to know your address, if you put into the post office a change of address, that triggers that shit. Is what I'm learning. Because that's what they're telling me too. And that's the only thing that's the only person that got this address was the post office.
That's interesting. Because I thought that they just only use that to forward your mail.
No. Something is going on in there. This is who they got it from. I'm serious. Like, this is disturbing. The only person that I gave 1728 River Mills Trail, Northeast, Conyers, 312 was the post office.
Wow, that's insane.
And here comes Wells Fargo out of the blue, an account that I had 3 fucking years ago, telling me that they updated my contact information. Now, my mind is, who else did that?
Right. At least you're informing me. Who's doing it without my knowledge?
Completely in the blind.
Wow.
And then I will know when I see my credit cards forwarded here, without it having the little yellow thing that said it was forwarded from over there. That's when I know
Right,
I gotta
right.
call them up. I will go in my profile and change that motherfucker again, because they have access to you. They take you through all this bullshit to get on the phone. You call any institution. What's your name? What's your social? What's your email? What's your last address? Where do you live? How do you do this? And then they go in it whenever they want to. That's the same shit I told you the other day. Capital One. I forgot to make my payment on the 6th. They gave me an overcharge. There's money in the account, but I didn't pay the $33. So they
Right.
go in my account, take $54 for a late fee.
Wow.
Now, they could have went in there and just took the money for $33 and made my payment, couldn't they?
Right.
They did that
Yes,
too.
they could have.
They did that too, though. They took the $33, they took the $54 first as an overcharge fee, then they took the $33 as the payment for the what they just charged me an overcharge fee, and I didn't have no understanding of this. Meanwhile, they said that they can't do that kind of stuff. They can they go into my account whenever they want to. And only way you will find that out if you bring the numbers low and you start looking. If you leave $100 in there, you know there's 100.
Right.
Miss a payment. Miss a payment. There's $100 there. Miss a payment. Watch that $100 disappear.
And suddenly you only have like $15 in your
Yeah.
account. What the fuck?
Watch the $100 disappear. When you have the big numbers, when you have the big numbers, you don't see it.
Yeah. You don't see it.
You do not see it. You got to bring it down to like a number that you can remember. I know I left $100 in there.
Yes, yes.
And then you come back, the $100 is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened here. What the fuck happened? Okay, well, you got an overcharge fee. You start doing the math. These motherfuckers took it, the overcharge and the payment.
Wow. Or, motherfuckers, man. So some of these cards have yearly fees. And let's say you're close to the limit. But you're making sure not to go over the limit because you don't want to pay an over the limit fee. And then they add that fee without you knowing. And now you're over the limit. And motherfuckers charge you for that too. You're like, wow, you charged me the yearly fee. I wasn't over before. Now I am. And you charged me an over the limit fee. Motherfucker.
Now, here's another trick. You take your bank account to no money. And right? And then you buy you something that costs $10, right? And then you go and you put the $10 in. Then you go buy something again for $10 and you put the $10 in. That's $20 you spent, $20 you put in a certain layout. And you do it again, another $10. Boom. So now it's $30 you took and you put $30. Now the fourth time you go buy something for $100. Okay? And then you put the $100 in. One was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Guess how they're going to bank that? They're going to take the $100 first.
Wow.
And you only had 10 in there. So now you over, bitch. And then they're going to do it again for the second one, and they're going to do it again for the third one.
For the third one? Oh, my God.
They did that to me 25 times.
25 times.
Banks of America.
That's horrendous.
I went in there, had a fit.
I can imagine.
And it was all to do with cigarettes. One behind the other. And I'm buying the shit like that. Like I bought it on Monday. But they don't do that. They would take the charge from Friday, put it up front to make you go over. Because it's the only way to go over. If they take the 100 first, you only had 10.
Right.
You only spent 10 on Monday. No, and you only will see that if you bring your shit all the way down to zero and you're going into like a struggle base and you're putting in the money while you're using it. And then you see like, what the fuck? They took the rent money first. So that means everything else is overdraft.
Right. Oh, God.
That's how they got me 25 times.
Whew. Wow.
All of it cigarettes. Every time I went to the store and bought a cigarette, then I paid the rent. And they did it, however, they went and took the money from the beginning and everything else was over. Because instead of doing the little ones first like it went, if they would have done it how I did it, I wouldn't have been over.
It wouldn't have been a problem.
It wouldn't have never gone over because I spent 10, I put 10, I spent 10, I put 10, I spent 10, I put 10. Then I spend 100, then I put the 100 in. But then when you go in 3 days and redo it the opposite way, woof, you beat me up. Overdraft, $35 fees.
Yes, yep.
For 7 pack, that's when the cigarettes were like $7. For 7 pack of cigarettes, I got a $35. Shit. I had Regions tell me they would do me a favor. They charged me $72 for a $30-something fee on the overdraft bullshit. We paid it for you. Good looking out, right? You charge me $72 for looking out for me? No, bitch, let that shit bounce. Don't pay it. Don't do me no favors.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't ask you to help me. Take that shit off of there. No, I don't need you to help me. But I can't. If the money is not there, let it bounce, bitch.
Right.
That's the same shit I took to Bank of America. I'll be telling them all the time that's not no helping protection fee bullshit. You paying it, then you're charging me? And you're paying it mostly?
Right.
No.
Right, no. Like they'll let a charge go through knowing that you don't have enough. It's like, just don't let it go through.
Who does that?
That's how it should be. It's like, okay, I've got $35 left and I want to spend $70. Then it should be denied. Don't put it through and now I'm over the fucking limit. Like, I don't have it. Just deny it.
Even that if the charge is lesser than the overdraft fee, it can't give one. You see what I'm saying? If you're giving me a $35 overdraft fee and the charge is $22, that shouldn't ride. It should never pass. It's less than what.
And it's the worst because you could be, 10 cents over. You're still over. They still charge you the same amount.
Yeah.
Whether you're $100 over or 10 cents over.
One time I was watching Regions, so I left 80-something cents in my account. You know what they did? They shut that bitch off.
Wow.
Yeah, they shut it completely off. I couldn't do nothing with it. I had to call and put it back up on the internet after I put the money in. You have to leave at least $1 is what they told me. It has to be at least $1. If you leave anything below $1, it will shut it down automatically. It's not, if you go 24 hours with 84 cents, it shuts it down, not even a month.
What?
Yeah. It's instant thing happening there.
That is crazy. Like, what is that? Why? Like, who cares?
I don't know.
As long as you're not under? Jesus.
So you can't leave pennies in the account with Regions to leave the account open, because in 24 hours they will turn it off.
That is crazy. Like, let's say, okay, you're broke right now, but, in a few days you get paid. So you leave your 84 cents in there, and in a few days you get paid.
Don't work that way with them.
Mother effers.
Do not work that way with them. You have to leave the $1. And that's if that happened to you one time, you're not going to leave $1. You're going to leave $5, and maybe $5 could get you to work. Yeah, because I don't think of myself when I listen to this shit. I'm thinking of motherfuckers who's in a jam, because I counted pennies before in my life. And I know what it is to count pennies and count change and go in a sofa and go in your car. So I'm thinking of those times. Now,
looking around the house for something to sell and shit.
Looking in candles and shit, because you could find a penny in a candle or in an ashtray somewhere. Looking at the ground all the time, because that's how I used to walk before. Always looking at the ground. And you'd be surprised you find shit all the time. You usually find money.
You do.
Yeah, you find money when you look down. People drop shit all the time, bro. But it makes me wonder, like now when these guys said that, I'm like, how many other people are trying to hide? And these guys are doing this to them.
Right.
Because if you don't want the institutions to know where you are, you have the right to do that. To live under
then I wonder, so like, if you're moving, is it better to just call the institutions that you deal with?
I think it's and not do that. That's what I'm trying to understand right now. As far as I see it, you're better off not soliciting the mail forwarding at all, because that triggers mayhem. As far as I see in the institutions and how they share their information, they're sharing information. Like they're all linked up together. This shit that we see on the internet is real, bro. It is real. It is so fucking real.
Figure the post office is part of the government, so I imagine that they send that information to Social Security.
No, it's if anything, the right is that they send the shit back to whoever brought it to them. You see what I'm saying? And that mail forwarding stuff shouldn't even be there, because that's a trap. Like I'm saying, if you're trying to hide yourself from institutions and you go do what I did just now, tell the post office where you're going, You screwed
You just
yourself.
shouted it out to the world.
Yeah, you just screwed yourself, bro. Do not do that if you're trying to hide, because that is not gonna help you. You're gonna see everybody in front of your doorstep.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, I didn't forward my. Not that it matters, it's all the same shit. But I didn't forward my stuff here.
It does.
I forwarded it to my mom's
It
house.
does, because this is one thing I know. There's certain things that you could put a mail forwarding for, and they will not forward it. IRS. Yeah, if you don't put the correct address on the IRS, it will not get forwarded. They're going to send it right back to the IRS, bro.
Right.
So, and then anything that's in that kind of category wouldn't go either. And you got that kind of schoolwork.
Well, jeez. Now I got to figure out how to do this exactly, because
I know that for a fact.
I forwarded it to my mom's house in the Bronx, and eventually I'll have to do taxes. I mean, I'm still in Puerto Rico. I'm still in the U.S., but
it'll have to go.
Going to New York.
Whatever, you will have to leave it going to your mom's house, and you will have to get it from there. They're not going to forward it from your mom's house to the address that you are in Puerto Rico. Nope.
Right. So then I'm wondering, do I use my mom's address for my taxes?
You might. That's what I'm saying to you right now. This is what I'm giving you the idea about. You might not want to go to the post office and forward shit. You might want to go to the.
No.
You might want to go to all the individual institutions' profile that you have and change it there, if you want. And the ones that you want, yes, and the ones that you want, no. But I know that the IRS part of the government will not forward anything. You will have to put the right address. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
And when I say right address, it's just the address that you're choosing to use. It's not that there has to be the physical place where you're standing.
Right.
You can use any address as long as you can get the mail. And
the thing is, if I do my taxes in New York, and now that I don't have a residence in Connecticut, I think I'm gonna have to change my license.
Well, that's
right now I have a Connecticut license.
There's a law on that. When you move to a country, you got. I know in Florida it's 30 days.
I didn't change my license when I moved to Connecticut for years.
I know. But I'm just saying to you, there's a law. There is. Like right now, there's a law. You can't destroy money, and people destroy money all the time. But you can go to jail. You can go to jail for making a hole in a coin, and people use them in necklaces.
Right. Meanwhile, remember when they had those machines for the pennies?
Yeah. That's destruction of United States property. Yeah, that's total destruction of United States property. It's just that nobody don't really fuck with it.
Right.
But it's against the law. It's the money don't belong to you. The money is property of the United States, dude.
This government,
They all say they're on there. Look at look at any dollar bill. It tells it to you in the ribbon. Property of the United States of America. It ain't your money. That's you loaning the money. But it ain't yours. Yeah, you can't go burning up $100,000 and think you're not going to go to jail. That's too much money to be burning. Yeah, you'll go to jail.
Wow.
But $1, you could break it. There's nobody going to do nothing because you could tape it. And every bank in the United States is supposed to take all broken currency. That's their job. Yeah,
well, I told you, my grandmother, Jesus, she did this to me twice. But after she died, we found money in her house, and that money was as old as fucking time. I mean, there have been several changes to the U.S. dollar.
Yeah, the colors are really dull colors.
Oh my God!
And the design.
And I'm like, how am I gonna explain this? Right? Because she didn't leave it to me. It was in her house, and we cleaned it out, and we found money. So now I split it with my brother, and then I had to go to the bank. Well, I tried to spend it, but nobody would take it, obviously.
You were supposed to keep all of it.
But then do what with it? Because no one will take it.
That's the good thing. They're stupid. If a person in their right mind who understands currency would have taken it from you and given you a little bit more.
Nobody, because
right now
they're worried that it's fake.
No, dude, right now you would have had a lot of money. All them bills would have been more valuable than what they're valued.
Oh my goodness, you had gee, this is crazy.
I got a bunch of $2
I finally
bills.
had to bring it in. I finally had to bring the rest of it in because I couldn't get rid of it individually. Taking it to stores, nobody would take it.
I do
I
that.
had to go to the bank.
I have a thing for that. You know that?
What?
I save coins. I got a lot of old coins.
That's funny.
And
My husband
pennies.
does the same thing.
And pennies.
He's watching videos. He's like, let me see those coins. Wait, let me see that penny.
Yeah. And you go and you look for the dates.
Yeah, they're worth a lot. I mean, people don't pay no kind of mind to that. So I'm sure there's lots of money hidden in pennies that people don't even realize.
Dude, there's pennies that worth a lot of money. Especially,
lots of money.
The bills that are worth a lot of money today are the old bills that shows an error. Yeah, the ones like the $5 bills with a red back. You ever seen one of them?
No.
They got $5 bills with a red back. The back of it is red. They got $2 bills like that too. I got a few $2 bills. I got like $50 in $2 bills in a picture frame.
Wow, that's cool.
And I don't fuck with them. And they look like they're not Monopoly money. The design is childish.
Right.
Compared to the design of today, that they have all these colors and shiny shit all through the dollars. It looks childish.
And it's got stuff embedded inside of it and threads and all kind of shit.
When you put $100 bill from today to $100 bill from yesteryear, it looks like play money. That's why people didn't take it from you. It looks totally play money. It looks childish.
Like, what are you trying to give us?
And some
trying to give us that fake.
And some of those people, I see people that don't take break dollars, and I'm like, dude, it's not your money. Just take it to the bank. You're gonna take the other monies to the bank. They go take it. You could put tape on it. You could put scotch tape. You could put duct tape on that motherfucker. As long as the two sides, got the same numbers on it, it's a $2 bill. It's a $1 bill. It's a $100 bill. It's still a bill. You can't you can't. That doesn't destroy money. They take it back to give you a fresh one.
That makes sense because really, I mean, honestly, it's just paper. The bill itself has no value. It's the imagined value, but it's not the value of the paper.
So look, you could tell your husband that there's a website. I think it was called Where's My Dollar? I'm not sure. And it tracks your dollar. Yeah, it tracks the dollar.
You take down the serial number and you
track it. And you see and you get to see where that dollar has traveled everywhere.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And it's where'sgeorge.com.
George, that's hysterical.
Yeah. You could go on the thing that says track my dollar, where's my dollar, and then you'll find Where's George. That's the right one. And they track yeah. And then the thing is that 20 people might get it and they might not put it into the computer, but some dickhead is going to do it just like you did. So it's going to get tracked and you will see the money. It goes. That's just how we got COVID. It goes. Money. You'll be surprised where your dollars will be. Yeah, in a couple of weeks, that dollar usually goes across the ocean.
Wow.
Money moves around, man. It's just like when you think, how do you get your bread or how do you buy your rice? You know that rice probably came from Indonesia some fucking where, but it's on your shelf.
Right?
The clothes we wearing, how that guy was in one debate and the lady's talking about how cruel and cruel and cruel. And she's talking about the people like Adidas that have kids. But she's wearing the clothes. So she's also contributing, you know.
Right. Like, do you have a cell phone? Well, guess what?
Some motherfuckers in the mine right now.
In Africa somewhere.
Yeah, in the mine. No shoes, no shirt, in there digging to get the minerals to make your phone. So we all are contributed to that. And the only way to stop it is to turn it all away and go back. I've been watching this planet stuff. The aliens are here. That one crazy looking dude that he combs his hair all out and then spray paint that motherfucker, and it just sticks out in the air, almost like Don King. But the thing is that you look at him and you know Don King, well, how he did his, and you're trying to figure out how this white dude got all his hair sticking up like a fucking afro. But this is how he combs his hair. Yeah.
Oh, is that? I know he looks like
He looks like a crazy
He looks
motherfucker.
like Wolverine. He
Yeah.
looks like Wolverine.
And he always got all kind of crazy metals and gems and shit all over him all the time. Stones.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
He got
I
a
don't know
fuck.
his name, but I know
He has a fucked up name. He has a really fucked. I don't even try to pronounce. He has like a K and a L together and shit like that. Yeah.
Wow.
No. You know what I learned today? I always said Nostradamus, right? And it's
Nostradamus, yeah.
Yeah, it has an F in that motherfucker, and I watch so many people pronounce that wrong.
Wait, an F or an S?
An F. Nof.
No, I've never seen an F.
Man, I've been watching these shows, and they show his name written in his language is a Nostradamus.
Wow. Interesting.
It has a whole F in the pronunciation of this motherfucker's name. And then, you know who I'm... And the lady who pronounced it Einstein, I've heard a lot of more scientists pronouncing it like that, Einstein. It's a reason why they're saying it. And it's not their dialect or their language. It's how you should pronounce, how his name is spelled and pronounced. It's Einstein, not Einstein. It's Einstein. So
it's like a little kid trying to say it. Einstein.
You know those people spell their fucking letters all crazy. So that's an Ein with a SCH in there somewhere. Stein. Einstein. It has the sh in his fucking name. And when you pronounce Nostradamus, you're supposed to pronounce that F before the T.
The S.
Nostradamus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nostradamus.
And these are the people who are talking about the past people, how these, looking at the stars, something we don't do. Well, you can't see it these days because it's just so cluttered. Everything is cluttered. In Puerto Rico, you can see the sky beautifully everywhere because there's nothing high.
Right.
Not even higher than Florida. Florida got skyscrapers compared to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like where I am, there's skyscrapers. I mean, they're not really skyscrapers, but they're tall buildings.
Yeah, in Isla Verde. But once you leave that area, you don't see that no more.
Yeah, everything's flat.
Only to the coast areas you will see the buildings, like in Humacao or in Arecibo. You see like the hotels and shit where the tourists are at. But if you go inland to the middle in Bayamon, you ain't find no building that high.
Man, I know I'm obsessing, but I'm really stressed out about this shit in Hawaii. This is making me so sad.
I heard. I see you sent it to me, and you're like, these motherfuckers ain't doing nothing. They got the army over there. I'm like, okay, let's go for it.
You got the fucking militaries right here.
It hasn't even hit the TV.
You see all this footage, but you never see fire trucks. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
And then today I heard this girl was talking. She was like, wait till everybody finds out the truth. She was like, school was canceled that day. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I want to look into that shit. School was canceled that day, and when people are like, oh, why didn't people put on, like, their hoses? As if you could fight a fucking wildfire
with a hose.
But okay.
You can't fight that.
But they were saying that even when people tried to turn their shit on, the water was off. Like, yeah. And
okay.
Of course, it didn't hit Oprah's house, and it didn't hit Jeff Bezos' house, it didn't hit Bill Gates' house. It only hit the people who refused to sell.
Right, it's a money thing.
All these people refuse to sell, and they've had land in Hawaii for many, many generations, and they wouldn't give it up, no matter how much they offered them. They just got rid of these motherfuckers, because sometime next month, they're supposed to be in Maui, a whole thing that they're doing to make Maui the first smart city.
Wow.
To make it the first digital city. So, like, what a nice way to, like, wipe everything out and start from scratch.
That's how dude, that's investors. This is how they do it. And they have the money to do it. It's
but
just, I told you all the time. I tell you all the time. The mom and pop stores move into, they're always renting. But when you think of Walgreens, Walmart, these guys were going to wherever they're going into, and they usually tear it down and build it back up. And they make money with that. This is how they make money. Investors, that's the route they make. And then they were putting $1 billion, and then the government would give them $1 billion. So it's a no-brainer. If you have that kind of money, you better get into the investing business, because this is how they get off. And it's like how Mike Tyson was saying, and Ali was saying, it's cool for you to tell me, do what I did. Okay, well, if I could start off where you started off, well, then it'd be fair. First give me the boots, how Ali said. You can't tell a man to wear my boots if you don't, give me the boots. You got me out here barefooted.
I told me I pick myself up my bootstraps, but I ain't got no boots.
It's because you hear the rich people say, do like I did it. And it took hard sweat. But everything takes hard sweat. Shit, I could be fucking and it makes me sweat. And you could laugh so hard that you sweat in a joke. So when you talk about, do what I did, let's start it off fair. Let's be on the same steps, because
it's like, well, let's see what you had when you started. Maybe you didn't have money, but maybe you had opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't have money,
I'm not even talking about the money part. I'm just talking about, your mom worked with this guy, and then that's how you got in, bitch.
Exactly. You had connections, right?
Or
birth. Maybe you didn't have the grades, but because you have a legacy at Yale, your ass got in, even though you don't.
They don't even look at the grade. No, because your dad.
You come from that family, absolutely. Show up here on December 17th, you're in.
Yeah, your dad made the library. Of course they can't flunk you, dude.
Of course, right.
Yeah, the teacher will always give you an A no matter what. She ain't gonna be the first one to put an F there. No, she ain't. She's gonna pass you because she know better.
I guess what freaks me out about all that is that, and not that they don't do everything like in our face, but when something like this happens and it's so fucking obvious what they're doing, like that's scary. Because it's like, wow, they really don't care that you even know. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. Like back in the day, they would try real hard to hide shit. They're not even trying to hide shit anymore. And that's scary because it's like, wow, that means things could escalate very quickly. And I really wonder, like, where is there a place to be safe?
No.
Is there? Because, I mean, unless you go to the end of the fucking world, what do I got to go to? Like Fiji? Or some island no one's ever heard of? Like, what do I got to do?
You can't, because at the end of the day, wherever you go, unless you grow your own food and live off the land, like really, like 100%, I can't even say 99.9, because that 1% is there. Unless you don't go to a place so remote that you ain't never gonna tap to society ever again. That's the only way. And I'm sure there's people like that. You just ain't never gonna know.
Right?
Because they ain't tap in. But there's people that living.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, but I my mind can't tell me there's people that done left society and went into the wilderness that they're never gonna ever see another human being again. And that's the only way to do it. If you ain't doing that, if you want to get food shipped to you, you done snitched on yourself. We just spoke by the post office, what they do.
Right.
Yeah, I done got that now. I know that the post office, you do not, them is another person you want to scratch off the list in any communication when you move forward.
And I guess you better have cash, and I guess that cash better still be accepted.
Now it's good.
If you go to the ATM, you fucked. Like,
now,
boom, they know where you are.
Now listen how my mind works. That's the bad part of it, right? But now, if you want to throw off a motherfucker, this is exactly what you do. See, if I want to carry all the people who are trying to find me to California, I will get an address in California. I don't need to know one really. I just need to really make it up and send it.
Right.
And then all my banks will have that address.
Right, there you go.
And they're looking for me in another fucking state. So you can use it to your good, and you can use it to your bad. If they like to snitch. You know how when you want your information out, and you don't want to say it, you just get the snitch to say it. You tell it to him in a conversation, and he go and tell it to everybody. Job done. So you use them in that form. Yeah, so it's a good thing and a bad thing. At the end of it, I learned that I could use it in a defense mode.
The other way.
Yeah, in a defense mode.
I mean, that's smart, though. That's smart. It's like, well, if it's being used to screw me, how can I use it the other way?
The other way around. They like to share my information. Let me give them my information where I'm at. I'm in fucking Hawaii right now, right there where the house is burning.
Right.
Yeah. Right there in the middle of the fire. That's where I'm at, bitches. Come find me, motherfuckers. Yeah. And then that's gonna sell out, and they're gonna.
That's the bitch about having a pension, because you're gonna have to take money out at some point. So how's that supposed to work?
You gotta leave it.
At any moment.
You gotta leave it.
At any moment, they can just cut your ass off. Like, if she got that bad, they could be like, oh, sorry, you know, no more pension, or
Dude,
we're cutting your pension, or...
no, you give your card to your mother and you leave. And the long piece for the stick bit. What stick bit? Oh, the nose. The lady doesn't have a vacuum. The nose has a vacuum. I don't know what it is yet, but something I'm gonna be dealing with. I'm gonna be well, right off the back. I'm gonna be dealing with you. How you dealt with me? Huh? I'm still trying. Leave me alone. I got no time for your crap. Yeah, I can imagine what my daughter done told her.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's just still trying to do whatever my daughter told her. I could just imagine, because my daughter will throw any shit at you, bro.
Well, yeah, you know, going for the jugular.
But that's how my wife is. My wife is always in the past, and she taught that to my daughter. So my daughter has shit over her all the time.
Wow.
And I tell her, you see how it feels? You did that to me. She's doing the same thing you did to me to you, dude. It ain't me doing nothing. She is holding shit over you from when she was a little baby still.
Wow.
Yeah, all kind of shit she holds over. Yeah, she tell her she's a bad mom and everything because she with me.
Wow.
Yep, that's why they planned to be in Georgia without me. See what I'm trying to tell you? So when I was talking to my daughter, I heard her crying, and I heard her crying as a betrayal from her mother. And I don't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah, this little bitch will leave me on the street right now. And I gotta analyze that, but she don't know that I'm analyzing this, and I don't tell her nothing about it. But what my daughter's doing to her, if she's hurting, imagine my shoes, bitch. I'm the one y'all talking about.
Right.
And if you need time to reflect, I don't have no time to reflect, though, because when you finish reflecting, you're going to come to me, and then I got to just accept it. That rhymed right there. Yeah, that did rhyme. And that's how it is. She's not understanding that my daughter is mad with her because of me, and I'm here still. So, and I'm watching y'all have this fight going on, and I'm the one in the middle. It ain't y'all. She's on one side, you on one side. I'm the one in the middle.
They're like fighting over you.
My daughter don't want me here. My wife is the one who needed the help.
Right.
And I told her throughout the whole way, you spoke to your daughter. Have you told something to your daughter? So now Sophia's catching on also that I'm here.
Right.
So now I can imagine the conversation with her.
I mean, Jesus, what the hell? Like, it's not for you, none of this. Forget the moving part. Forget the moving part. Because without the money,
my daughter don't even knows that part.
Wow, she really thinks that your wife did this by herself?
Yeah, she still thinks that they did it by themselves. She don't have that part.
Oh,
her mother doesn't know that I'm here.
Wow.
And she's all in a bind, because the first thing her mother did, can I come next month? Yeah, and guess the other part. We can't breathe the same air.
Wow.
Yeah, me and her mom can't be in the same room, and it's her mom.
Right, right.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. I am afraid of nobody. You could come here, but if you say
That's
something to
true.
me, if you say the wrong shit to me, you ain't gonna hear the end of it. I'm gonna say it right back to you. So just leave them outside.
I'm going now.
She likes to be in that mode though. That's how my wife operates, and she don't see that. She likes, like, she gets angry, and this is how she gets to move. You know, it's the motivation. Yeah, like if she stands still for too long, she goes crazy. Literally.
Right.
Yeah, like she's a person. See how we sitting down here talking? She don't know how to do that. She cannot do that. She cannot sit still for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, in 15, I'm telling you, in 15 minutes, she'll have her hands in her mouth chewing her fingernails. Yeah. And I can imagine, if I ask her, let me see your fingers right now, she'll look like a crackhead. Her shit'll be chewed up.
Wow.
Because she gets a lot of stress from my daughter. Yeah. My daughter's living her life, like breaking her mother's back. I ain't got no time for it sometimes. No.
Right.
But anyway, that's their problems. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Damn straight, because at the end of the day, once again, without you, none of this happened. Like, none of
Yeah,
it.
but I don't have no... Right now, I told my wife the whole time, when you plan on leaving, she put it all the way back. She didn't even give me one day alone in that house so I could try to figure out something in Florida. You know, she stayed to the last minute. Literally, she stayed there to the sticker. I didn't even get to see the sticker on the wall.
Right.
She saw it. I don't know. I'll pack my daughter's shit into this house. No, I ain't got no time for my daughter. My daughter could kiss my ass right now. Yeah, like I told her.
At the end of the day, she's living her own life somewhere else. You are where you should be because you bought that fucking house. Nothing happens without you. If not for your credit, if not for your working on your statements and all that work that you put in, none of it happens without you. Nobody has a roof over their fucking head without you.
Yeah. My daughter.
Because your wife didn't do that. You did that. All of it. And the moving doesn't happen without you either.
Yeah. She would have been in a big jam.
Hell yeah. No. It wouldn't have happened. Period. End of story. None of it would have materialized. None of it.
That bitch would have tried, I'll tell you that. I don't know what part and what area she would have broke down on. Well, I'm hearing she broke down just, the last drive. She ended up with a ticket and everything.
Well, when she had to try to get the mortgage, she couldn't do it. That's why she needed you and the old lady. It didn't work. So once again, nothing happens without you.
Yeah, my daughter don't know about that. She's so, my daughter has me and my wife in her. She is really, yeah. But that digging in the past shit, I know she's doing that. Yeah, she is. So I leave her alone. I always tell my wife, I'm the one that's being rejected. So I don't know what you're talking about. If right now you're starting to feel the rejection from your daughter, I've already been in it for a minute.
And mind you, this is nothing compared to what will happen if she comes home. Whatever she experienced was on the phone. She got to be able to hang up, to go cry, to be upset, to reflect, to do all that. Yeah, no, she lived with you. That's gonna be all the time. She's never gonna let her forget it. Ever, 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 ever.
I don't think Sophia's gonna leave.
I don't think so either.
I don't think she's gonna leave, even if I wasn't here.
Unless she had to. Unless something goes down over there that forced her to.
Yeah, to unplug her right now will be evil too. Yeah, they go to them people's house, eject her out the house, and just never let her go back.
Right.
That'd be really
Right.
evil.
Well, I mean, at this point, what's the point, right? Like that, if that was going to happen, it should have happened in the beginning.
Yeah.
At this point, it is
I
what
know
it
it's
is, right?
evil. It was done to me a few times. When we left St. Thomas, yeah, I was ejected. We wasn't even spoken to like that. We were little kids.
Right. No one included you in the decision.
In the decision making. Nope.
Yeah, because you were a kid. Like, it was the same in my house. Nobody asked us what the fuck we thought, what we wanted. Nobody cared.
No.
It's like, we make decisions, we're the parents, you do what we say, and that's the end of the story.
It was like that for everything. Even for dinner. It wasn't like what you want to eat today. No, it's
What you
whatever
want
the
to eat,
fuck I
and,
made.
And this one guy got a particular order, and that one doesn't want that. They want something else. And I want mac and cheese. No, but I want hot dogs. No, fuck.
Your mother gave...
Like,
if my mama gave me a butter jelly sandwich, I had to eat it. If she gave me octopus, I had to eat it. It doesn't matter what the fuck was put on the table.
Whatever she cooked,
you had to eat it.
Or you don't eat.
No. You had to eat it.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we threw away food. That bitch cooked it all over again and made us eat it. She didn't play no joke. I told you, me and my brothers and my sisters got together and decided to throw the broken food over the fucking balcony.
Wow.
We wasn't smart enough to shake it, sprinkle it. So one big fucking pile in the same fucking plate. That bitch said, y'all didn't eat that fast. She went straight to the balcony, looked over. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
She cooked that shit right over again.
Wow.
Yeah, inside. She cooked that shit over again and fed it right back to us before we went to bed. No, my mom didn't do that shit. Yeah, and my grandmother the same thing. And then my grandmother was in trouble because if you eat it too fast and all of it, she was going to give you a second plate. Yeah, if you didn't eat it at all, that's an insult. You couldn't do that. Yeah, like if you came again, she wouldn't feed you.
At the table until you finished everything.
If you come to my grandmother's house and say no to her food, she would never give you no more food. You could be asking for water and she'll tell you no. Yeah, you didn't eat her food, you ain't got nothing else in the house. Mind you, she don't kick you out. Yeah, she got offended. Yeah, you had to eat what my grandmother put on the fucking table. It was always good though. You're not gonna get chitlins ever, There's nothing crazy shit like that. There's people that offered me that before. I'm like, no. And
it's so interesting. Now that I'm here, there's so much that reminds me of my grandmother. Because once I was past, I think when I was 17, that was the first time I went to Puerto Rico. But after that, I went every summer for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I would spend time with my grandmother. And I never had to. Nobody even my grandmother didn't make me change. But I just felt like I should. And that was the grandmother that I was the closest to. And so now that I'm here, I'm like, man, wherever she is, man, she must be so happy. She's like, she came home.
Yeah, my grandmother was cool as fuck, bro.
Hell yeah.
I always thought that motherfucker did something.
Of all the people I've lost, I miss my grandmother the most.
My grandmother.
I think about her all the time.
Yeah, that was my mami. I never call her grandmother, I call her mami. Mami, ¿para dónde vamos? Mami, ¿para dónde vamos? Mami, where we going? Everywhere. Mami. Everybody called her mami.
Wow.
Like grown people that she knew, this is her name. It was Candida Rosa Santiago, but for some reason you say mommy in St. Thomas and everybody would tell you where she is by the whole house. Yeah, you could have literally get up in the 80s and the 90s, you could have go to St. Thomas and say, take me to mommy's place. And they'll take you to mommy's house. Everybody knew everybody knew my grandmother. Yeah. And that's from my grandfather. I never met my grandfather. But my grandfather was one of the market people. He brought food from Puerto Rico. That's how we ended up in St. Thomas. He used to bring the fruits. In Puerto Rico, they used to grow a lot of fruits.
How did your mom end up in St. Thomas? When did she leave Puerto Rico and decide? And what made her go to St. Thomas?
My grandmother went to St. Croix first.
So your grandmother was the first person in the family to leave Puerto Rico and
Yeah.
go to the
Island.
VBI.
The VBI, yeah.
Right, right.
She went to St. Croix first because my mother is Crucian. My
And
mother,
what made
my
her
mother,
do that? What made
my mother's Puerto Rican, but she's a Crucian. She was born in Puerto Rico. I mean, in St. Croix.
St. Croix?
My grandfather,
grandmother make the move from Puerto Rico to St. Croix?
behind my grandfather, because he had a boat. And he used to bring shit from from Puerto Rico to the islands. So they obviously ended up in St. Croix, and then in St. Croix they ended up in St. Thomas, the St. Thomas Market. I don't really know nothing about that at all. I don't know my grandfather's side of the family. I only know my grandmother's side of the family. I don't know nothing about my grandfather's side of the family. I don't even know his name. My grandmother's husband. My mother's dad.
Yeah. I didn't know either of my grandfathers.
I don't know his
Not my
name.
mom's or my dad.
No. I only know. And then that goes even deeper, right? Because my mom has two sides. So I only know my grandmother. I don't know nothing from the dad's side.
Right.
Yeah. And then, yeah, and then that, yeah.
So of the four sides, you really only know the most about one part of the four sides.
Yeah. My grandmother. Yeah. That's what I was trying to analyze. Yeah, it's four sides. I only know about one. I don't know about the other three.
Right. Yeah.
Because my grandmother.
I know two, but even two is not saying much because the grandmother, my father's mother, all I knew of that family was my father and his mother. There's a whole family behind that, but I don't know anything.
I don't know nothing. Yeah.
So like they were in my life my whole life, my father and my grandmother, and yet I don't know their family.
That's true.
When I got married, and my grandmother was like, "You got to invite all these people to the wedding." I'm like, "Who are these people?"
Out of four sides, I only know one, because my grandmother, I don't know none of her parents.
Wait, sound muffled.
I don't know nothing about my granddad himself, so that means I don't know nothing beyond him. My grandmother, I know her, but I don't know her parents either.
Right.
It only starts at my grandmother. That's all I have.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, grandmother, and then that gives me my mother, her sister, Tita. She dead. That was the one got shot in the head. That also rhymed. And then Junior. I know Junior. Junior's a dirty one. Junior have Carmen. Junior has America. And Junior has Lucy as wives. Yeah. And the fuck shit is that America was a hoe of the whole house, but she won the lottery 3 times. And she has a whole bunch of kids. I know Marco Ruben, I know Elia. Elia right now is in Indianapolis. He's doing real estate. If I pop up on him, I could do all kind of crazy shit with that dude. Yeah, he retarded. And then Junior has, that was America. She won the lotto, blah, blah, blah. Then she has Carmen. Carmen is Michi. He has Michi. He has Pito. He has Vanessa. Michi is not part of it, though. But Carmen was Pito and Vanessa's mother. Carmen was dying. And Junior hooked up with Lucy that was there giving him support. And they ended up banging before Carmen died. And then they got together basically while Carmen was dying. And then he got with Lucy. Shit is that Lucy is my cousin's fucking mother.
Oh, wow.
Didn't even see that just not coming to me. I never broke it down all the way. No, that was the first time.
Like even I didn't realize. Holy shit! What?
Fuck. Yeah, cause Lucy's is this other motherfucker. I went to his house. That's his wife. Anyway, yeah, fuck, and that's Clarice Soledad, and that's wow, but that's not her mother. That's her mother-in-law. That's her mother-in-law. That's her mother-in-law, not her mother. Cause Tita is her mother. Okay. But her husband married Lucy, and then Junior took Lucy from Tonio, because Tonio was Lucy's husband, and that's my fucking cousin's dad. So Junior stole his fucking brother-in-law's wife. What the fuck? The one that, dude, I spoke to Michi the other day on Facebook. She hates that motherfucker still. She hates him. Because that's Carmen's real daughter. Junior's not her father. But Michi and Peter and Vanessa's are brothers through the mother. The one who was dying with cancer. And then he hooked up with his brother-in-law's wife. His wife, Lucy. That fucker is tripping. What did he do? I ain't never analyzed it. I just thought my uncle went off with this lady that I knew who she was. Because I knew her kids too as my cousins. They're my cousins.
Breaking down the family tree.
Yeah, because that's where you got the other crazy motherfucker. He was in jail with me, Elcano, and then there's the other motherfucker like the motorcyclist, I can't remember his name, and then she had a daughter too. In that side with Tonio. And Clarisol was part of Tonio. So I knew Tonio as my uncle also. God damn it. And I know Junior as my uncle also. So that fucker stole his brother. Wow, I only broke that down today. Jesus Christ. And I spoke to Michi the other day, and she still hated Junior. I tried to bring you. She didn't want to talk about it. She hoped that motherfucker died. And he should have been dead a long time ago. Oh, wow. Yeah, because she never fuck. She only talks to me. She don't talk to none of and her brothers and sisters whenever they call. She hasn't spoken to nobody else of the family after she left. And she was in college. So she was still like 20 years old. And she's our age now, married, and she lives with that side of the family. This side of the family, she don't fuck with it. She's the only one. She's also, when she goes to their party, she's the only one of our family there. It's all her husband's side. And they don't understand the damage that does to the family line. Yeah. It completely breaks it. Like, completely. Like, if you look at our family tree, it has a lot of dead ends.
Wow.
Yeah, because if she put herself on the family tree, she only going to take it to herself. Yeah, you're going to have his side all the way down, and then her side is going to have a few connections to her side. Because all her kids are going one way. Yeah, it stops her. Her mother's already dead too. It fucks up everything. And my cousin did that. My little cousin did that when her mom died. Alan, Clarisol's sister. I know I'm saying all these names, and you probably don't catch up, but yeah. Clarisol and Tita. Tita is Alan's and Clarisol's mother. Tonio's, my uncle who got his wife stolen. That bring back that way. Tonio is Tita's husband, the one who got his wife stolen by Junior. But she had two kids, Clarisol. Tita is dead. Her daughter is dead, Clarisol. Alan is the one that's alive. Clarisol kids say that the sister, Alan, killed her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She cremated their mother and didn't let them say goodbye.
Wow, that's horrendous.
Yeah, and then that boy swear that that she killed his mother. Yeah, but he can't prove it.
Right.
And she also took off to the husband side of the family. She gave all her mother's wealth, Tita's, where I thought I was going to have the whole house. Tita had the wealth. When she died, Clarisol died, so she was left with it. She sold everything and took off with the family, her husband. She here, and I realized she here in Georgia.
Oh, wow.
That's the one who stole my money when I got hit in the accident. She here in Georgia.
Oh, shit.
I already looked her up.
Time to go collect.
No, see, it's got a place called Symira or Symira, Symara, Symira. Smyra, or I don't know how the fuck you said it. Smyra? Simra?
Oh, SMY?
No, Symra. Something like that.
Simra?
Anyway, that's where she lived. She in that area. I tried to find out,
Oh,
I tried to get an address from Michi, but she said she didn't know. I don't think she fucked with Allen anyway.
right.
Yeah, I don't see her fucking with many people. But she called me when I called her on Facebook Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'd like to know her address. Yeah, I've heard bad
Pop
shit.
up, say hello.
I've heard a lot of bad shit happen to her. I heard that her son is sick. I heard that she lost everything and is on welfare. That's what.
After all that.
Yeah, after all. So she really fucked it all up. Tita had it that it. I'm telling you, she knew something. That bitch was always had money. She was a jolly motherfucker. She's one of them motherfuckers that you see them and she always brought the new cars and the new trucks. I remember she brought the first, you know how the trucks had the 2 doors?
Uh-huh.
She brought that to St. Thomas. She brought this Omega that had Omega on it. It was white. She brought it to St. Thomas. She brought a lot of fucking cars before anybody had them out there. She was the bitch. She always had a whole bunch of jewelry on. She used to buy everything from the crooks. She was a madame, is what I call her. She was running a prostitution place. It was the whole house, Clarisol Bar. Before they put it to Tita's place, that was so wrong. Her daughter did that. She fucked it all up. Allen, Miriam, Daniel. Yeah, and then that was a whole mess too, because Tita was with Tonya, remember, to get Clarisol. Allen and Clarisol don't got the same dad. Tita got Manda. That's what I tell you. My grandmother was racist, and my family is racist when it comes to my mother, my aunt, and my uncle. They're racist as fuck, but they all ended up with a black person.
That's so funny.
Because Tita had Tonya. He's a white Puerto Rican with fucking, I think he had blue eyes and blonde hair. That motherfucker. Clarisol was white. Clarisol was white, blonde, and blue eyes. And then Allen is like my sister. She how out. She got her full head by the back of her head because she done ironed that shit so many times that she lost the front part of her hair. Yeah, she got big full head. That's how we used to call her Volkswagen all the time. We used to fuck with her. They called me Betty Boo, and she was Volkswagen. Cause that bitch looked just like a fucking Volkswagen front, big bubble head.
Wow.
She the one who ended up with everything. She sold all of it, bro. She fucked it all up, really bad. She kept the hatred and the hatred. I said her son's supposed to be doing bad, and her husband got into it after she gave him everything. They all did that too to them. Manda was black and he took everything from. He was cool. I can't say he took everything. He also had a daughter. I knew her too. That was Allen's sister. They looked just alike, but one was dark, and one was brown. But they look identical. Different dads. Yeah, because I'm different mothers. But his kids, all of them look alike. You could tell his kids. He was cool. He got me out of jail. He got me out of trouble one time, yeah. No, I know the whole family backwards like that. But Junior did some really rough shit. I didn't notice that shit till now. I never did.
I didn't put all that together.
And I never did all of that like that. Wow, Junior was wicked. And he's still alive, the fucker. He's still kicking somewhere. He was in Connecticut too.
Oh wow.
Well, he right now, him and Tonya are friends now today. Even though he stole his wife.
Wow.
And that's what I tell you. Tonya was another motherfucker. You could never piss this dude off. Like Tita, you couldn't never. And like Ali, I can't. People say he's been mad, but I never seen this dude.
You've never seen it? And how long have you known him?
For 7 years.
Wow.
I never seen him mad. He was always with a fucking smile and just jolly people like that. And I've always admired people. I look up to people like that knows how to control themselves, because I don't have any. Yeah, I know I run with emotions sometimes. Yeah, and that's not cool.
Wow.
Yeah, running with emotions is not cool. That's like flying a plane with no pilot, dude. With no pilot. Yeah. You try to do that autopilot shit, it doesn't work for landing. I'm not sure. I don't think it does.
Might help to have some instruments.
So I don't know. That's why I can't. I don't know what it is, bro. Even my family, I will go right now out to the extreme to try to connect them all together. Just because it should be. It shouldn't be the way it is now.
Right.
You know? And we'll literally try. I don't know none of my nephews, you know. Look, my family side is me, Eddie. Well, me, Agnes is my sister, Mani, and Eddie. I don't know none. I know Agnes' oldest son, the gay one. He's a plain stewardess right now. He's living. He's showing pictures of all over the world. Let's see if it's real. But he's acting like on Facebook. I looked him up. He's a stewardess in an airline.
Okay.
He has the suit on and everything, so I'm assuming he is one. And the pictures are real, because it's him in all the pictures, and it looked like he was in all over the fucking place. I don't know where he is. Good for him. But I know he has AIDS.
Wow.
He pissed me off. I had to tell him. And then that's when his mom got mad with me. But he pissed me off. He kept harassing me and fucking with my phone and calling me like he wasn't him and threatening me and shit. And I told him, just leave me the fuck alone, bro. That's why you got fucking domestic violence with a dude who gave you AIDS. And he left me the fuck alone after that one.
He was like, I don't want to hear that again.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. Who did I tell? For him to know.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah. But he was one of those gay guys, and I don't like those. The gay guys who, you know, you're sucking a dick at nighttime. Don't come out here trying to be bad. At any given point, you don't need to pull out no chest.
Right.
When at nighttime you're trying to fill it in as some breast. You know, that's another rhyme. Okay. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah, because you know you're walking around with titties at nighttime and sucking dicks. And then in the daytime you want to come out like you're a lumberjack. No, man.
Right.
You don't get that right. Even that back in the day wasn't allowed. No, you can't. If you even in prison, if the gay guy fucked his man and told it to the population, we would take the gay guy and put a pants on him, and we would take the faggot, the man who had we would shave him and make him the girl now. Because you can't walk around men and then doing the other shit at nighttime. It doesn't work that way. What that dude Jenner did. He was supposed to be killed or something. You've been in locker room with men all this time, and now you turn around and say you're a woman. You think that's cool? You violated a lot of people.
Sure did.
A lot of people who gave you the trust as a man. And then you go turn around talking about you was just all that time looking at my willy. Come on. Don't do that. That makes you hurt a lot of people's feelings. That's not cool.
That's gonna get you hurt.
That's not cool. Like if the gay guy come trick you because he have all these operations, and at the end of the day, even if he has a vagina now, and he still tell you, hey, yo, you know, at one point I was still a man. I know. Yeah, you done did all that. You could have kept that shit to yourself. You have a pussy, and then now you want to tell me the truth? Don't do that. Yeah, I'll go to jail for murder, dude. No. You're still a man. Still, I don't care. You can't have a baby. Yeah, even you cut your dick off and make a pussy out of it, you're still not a woman, bro.
Nope.
You cannot reproduce.
And like somebody said, if some civilization 500 years from now dug your ass up, they'd know you were whatever you were born as.
Let me ask you a question. A woman, I'm sure it's two ways. A woman who can't get pregnant, right?
Uh-huh.
Can she carry the egg that was done in the hospital? Can it be put back in her and she'll have the pregnancy then? Or she still has to use a surrogate person? And then,
I guess it would depend what the problem is.
And then, is she using a surrogate? Is it the surrogate mother's shit that's making the baby, or is it her shit that got put in the surrogate mother? It goes all the ways, right?
Well, the egg, let's say I can't have a baby, it's my egg, so it's still me, right?
Right.
It's just being delivered by someone else, but that person is providing all the nutrients and everything else.
Yeah. But I'm just worrying about the root. I'm worrying about the root because the DNA is coming. The DNA is coming from that egg.
It's my egg and someone else. It's me.
It's you.
Right? So, like I told you, I think I told you one time, I had a professor. He's gay. He wanted to have a baby with his partner, but obviously that's not possible. So the boyfriend
knew you.
Gave his sperm to the professor's sister.
Okay, to the sister.
The surrogate. Okay. Right? So if you think about it,
that was the dude's
her egg. Her egg is his sperm, so it still is related to the professor, even though it's not direct. It's through his sister.
Hold on, the professor used his boyfriend with his sister.
No, yes, right, but they didn't have sex. They just did it.
Right,
like,
they used the husband's sperm
in vitro
and the sister's egg. Boom.
And the sister's egg, and so now he's guaranteed that baby has not his like biologically, but at least
a quarter of his DNA. A quarter.
Exactly.
If you, I would say a quarter.
To that baby, no doubt about it.
Yeah. When the baby pulls out, it could relate to him definitely because a quarter of his DNA is still in there. It has all three of them in there. It has his husband a quarter, I would say him a quarter, and then the mother a half. You know, and then next get like that. So he is in the DNA.
It's actually, yeah. So like,
it's related to him.
It could be 50-50, the brother and the boyfriend. The 50 is still part of him because it's his sister. Okay, so he doesn't have a percentage. It's just the two of them.
But remember, if him and the sister is related, how couldn't the egg will already have him in it? So the sperm.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Her 50% already encompasses him.
Ah, yeah, the 50% is with the sister. So they split in half and half, and then the husband had the whole 50. You're right. I see where you're coming from. Because it's them two going at each other. Yes, you're right. I got that one. That was pretty logical there.
So like that's how he made sure that he would be related to the baby, which was great. I mean, I don't know how many sisters would be willing to do that, but yeah.
It sounds creepy one way, and it sounds cool one way. So it's either whichever way you want to look at it. You could look at it pervertedly, and you could look at it cool. Because you could say, all right, that's your husband banging the sister at the end of the day.
Right, but it didn't actually physically happen.
Right.
It was just placed. That's all.
It was just done. But then, you know.
But yeah, and he was so proud of that, because how do we know that information? He fucking told us himself. He was so proud of himself.
Yeah.
How do we know something so personal, right? He so told us all about it. He was so proud.
Wow. You was an adult or you was a kid?
No, I was in college. He was a professor in counseling.
See, even that sound perverted. Why are you telling them your shit about your gay life?
He told us all his shit.
Ooh. Yeah.
We met the boyfriend.
Holy fuck.
The boyfriend comes to a dinner. Yeah. His boyfriend, so he's white and the boyfriend was Asian.
See, that shit's been going on for a long time, comfortably. So when the hell did the closet door open? In the 80s? The 70s?
I mean, it's always been there. It's just been open and closed to various degrees throughout history, right? Because there was a point like during the 60s when there was like all that free love shit where, you know, it was not a big deal to be gay. Like that was kind of accepted, right?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you
you have
wasn't walking
places like,
around free love for the gays. You wasn't doing that.
no, but
It
I'm
was
saying
free
like
love, peace, stop
it was
war,
free love between everybody.
everybody.
Men and men and women and women and men and women and
They got
kids
away
and
with it
20s
then.
and
But it wasn't.
right, it was everybody. It just wasn't what we have today.
No. Because now we
It
don't
wasn't
have the
like
love. There's no love and there's no peace. It's just the gay.
right.
Yeah, there's no love in this mouth back then.
Trying to remake what nature has already provided. Like that wasn't the case back then.
No,
It's like,
this is
yes, I'm a man and I'm gay. Right? It wasn't all that in between.
no.
I mean, you might dress up and all that, but it wasn't what it is today. Because, you know, they did that shit in the 70s, God knows, in the 60s and 70s. That was a big deal. Like, there were a lot of men that were effeminate.
They've always had these gay bars. I think they've had more men-ish gay bars.
But again, back in the day, well, yeah, because back in the day, like, they used to have, even in the 80s, like the early 80s, they had like those, what do they call those places?
Leather
like,
shops?
like sauna, or like not a sauna, like, yeah, like the bathhouses, basically. They were bad, and they were like in New York, and everyone knew what they were about, and they were places where men hooked up.
See, I've never been comfortable with that bullshit. I think a motherfucker who is comfortable with it has a problem, to me.
Well, I mean, if you're, depending, like, your level of comfort probably means that you have some interest, right? So, like, you know, back then, they had places like Plato's Retreat, right? And Plato's Retreat was where everyone went to have orgies. That was the thing. It was like a club. And everyone knew about it. And it was in New York. Like Studio 54. Everyone left Studio 54 and went Plato's Retreat to go have sex with everybody in their mother.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff. That's some weirdo stuff.
Yeah.
Dude,
this place was like
I'm a motherfucker. I'm not even interested in a threesome. Because I ain't got no time to go in nobody's butthole.
Right.
You know, all that weird shit. I don't got no time for it. Don't come bringing out dildos when you having sex with me, because I don't want that. But no. Yeah, and you're not gonna tie me up.
Well, yeah, like,
I'm not gonna tie you up.
I don't understand that either, because if you have a wee-wee in the equation, why do you need to furnish one? I don't understand that.
I don't know nothing. Don't. And you put a strap on, I'm running.
Sense.
Yeah, you come out with a strap on, I'm running.
Of course. That's crazy.
I ain't into no kinky shit. I don't know. I mean, I like sex, dude. That's about it.
Of course.
Nah, I'm not.
Yeah, the tried and true. Nothing crazy.
And don't come at me with weird positions, because now I'm thinking you're a porno star. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't come out talking about we doing scissors and jumping jacks and all that shit. We just doing normal lovemaking.
Well,
bro.
yeah, right.
Don't get too creative with your shit. We're not doing no up and down stuff with your legs up in the fucking air. No, I ain't got no time for none of that craziness. What the hell are you doing? You're flipping the fucking lady completely.
You do gymnastics and shit.
No, I'm not into.
Save that for your workout routine.
I call that sexercise. I ain't into no fucking sexercise. I'm just into normal sex making. Don't put no eyes on the end of this motherfuckers. No, we're not doing none of this craziness. And don't come putting, but we're hanging in a fucking stirrup thing hanging off the roof. Don't do that. No.
No swings?
No fucking swings. I don't need no fucking swing in my shit. Don't bring no foreign shit. You cannot bring. It's nothing foreign. It just needs two naked human beings. That's it. Yeah. The bed don't need to rotate. It don't need to bounce up and down. None of this stuff.
It doesn't need to shake or anything like that.
Don't bring one down that already have handcuffs attached to the four corners. Definitely don't bring one of them. Like, what the hell? Hell no.
Man, you must get nervous when you see a four-poster bed.
Oh, I am fucking scared shitless.
Why?
And then you tell me, give me your belt. For what? I got questions, bro. I really do.
I got questions.
Yeah. Like, I'm making sure I know where the sheet is at all points. I'm making sure you don't got
Oh,
four of these
wow.
motherfuckers. Like, if we got
Like, I
four,
need to see both your hands at all times.
yeah.
You're not,
I
you're
get
not
in your bed
surprising
and
me
you
with
got
nothing.
4 fucking sheets on there and 4 posts. I'm already worrying. No, I'm gonna wake up tied up on this motherfucker. Not me. No, I am a very curious motherfucker. I keep being that way. It kept me alive. I always got questions. Yes, I do.
You
Yeah.
are funny.
I see strange objects on top of your dresser. I'm asking questions. No. Mirrors on the fucking roof? Oh, you got cameras in here,
It's like,
bitch? Yeah. And then I'm looking for red lights blinking. I ain't got no. Dude, I'm so afraid of cameras today. I don't know. I can't do shit out in the open right now. Because I really get afraid of cameras. I can't be myself. This world is scary today.
you're funny, but you tape everything. What you mean?
Huh? No, I be worried. Like, if I come and I knock on the door and a woman invites me in, I'm asking questions. Why? You
Right,
don't know me.
right, right,
You want to kidnap?
right.
I'm like, you kidnap motherfuckers. I know there's bitches out there to do that. I ain't got no time for it, bro. I'm not getting ready to get kidnapped. I've seen shows, and I know the way we think. They got some women out there these days that think like that. They really think they're guys. They can do the exact same thing. That bitches that kidnap you, put a strap on, and fuck you.
Well, I mean, hey, that's just happening. I mean, not that, but stuff like that happens in Colombia all the time. All these guys go over to Colombia, you go meet all these chicks, and then they end up drugged up and fucked up. And some people have actually died, but a lot of people just end up with no money and beat up.
Well, nah. And then
It's a whole industry in Colombia.
that's a
Like,
shameful
you cannot trust the women in Colombia because they will drug your ass. They'll come up to you in a bar and be all cute, and you think you're gonna get some tonight, and she's about to take all your shit.
I've watched 3 good friends. Nico, Papo, and Tito Gallero. Papo Frank and Nico, my cousin. I watched them 3 guys get gunned down behind a woman. Yeah. I ain't got no time for that bullshit. Tito had everything he had going for him, and a woman fucked him up. Put him in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got killed. Same thing with Nico, same thing with Papo Frank. Cheating on their wives. Yep.
All because of a woman.
Cheating caused it. Period. And when you go out of your box, that's when you get gunned down. Some shit happens to you because it's not a cool thing to do, bro. And motherfuckers out there be jealous as crazy, bro. They lose their minds over a woman. That they will kill you. Yeah, I got no time. Cheating, I watched them 3 guys lose everything. If Tito wouldn't have done that, he would have got pretty far today. He had that whole place under control. He lived in Caguas, but his shit was in Naguabo. Is where he used to sell all his drugs, heroin. And he was doing his thing. He was basically taking care of the whole project. He never told nobody no. That's another motherfucker never really got mad. I've seen him mad, but most of the shit he done, he did it with a smile on his face. Yeah, I watched that dude go in the bar. We used to go in the places, I tell you. It used to be like 6 cars full of people and walk into an establishment, and that action alone, can you imagine 6 cars pulling up to your business and they're just...
And a whole bunch of people get out each car?
6, 7. Sometimes the cars had people on top of people just trying to, because they wanted to get there. They could
sitting on laps and shit.
Yeah, in that car, boom, and then they pop up. We got flat tires and take the car right next door tire off in the parking lot and drove away, and nobody wouldn't say nothing. And it wasn't like a cheap thing. He'll go in the establishment and drop like 5-6 grand depending on how much he had in the money, but he'll pay off the whole bar and open it up for everybody. When everybody, give them drinks. But if you fuck with us, we would have hurt you. We beat up people all the time. Every time we went into an establishment, somebody got hurt. It just happened. It's too much. I call it, it's too much pressure.
Right.
Yeah, too fast. And people panic. And then people feed off the panic.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on the opposite side is going to try to do something that's going to go wrong. It's just too many people.
Right. Like being in a pressure cooker.
Yeah,
Something's gonna happen.
It's always, you know what? So everybody who's walking in there, they're on super alert. They all know this is gonna happen.
Right. Everyone's on alert.
That's
Everyone's
why
ready for this. The
only ones who don't know are everybody who's in that store or that establishment.
Right.
And we always call them on panic. And when someone panic, somebody's gonna fuck up. And that's all it took.
Right.
That's all it. We broke, man. We beat up people all the time. It always happens. That's how it was. And we didn't go out that much.
I have to go because I got 2% on my phone.
Okay.
I'm about to die.
All right, carry on.
All right, buddy.
You have a good one.
Huh? You too, buddy. Take it easy.
All right.